Hello, good afternoon, and namaste. This is Hari Budha Magar. I'm a former Gurkha. I'm from Nepal. I lost both of my legs when I was serving in the British Army, and I do climb the mountain now. And I'm very proud to be a South Asian. I'm very proud to be a Gurkha and Nepali. And I lost my legs in blink of eyes. And I would um, thank you so much, South Asian Heritage, for inviting me to share my story. And yes, and this is my story. Uh, Yeah, simply conquering dreams is what I do. Simply, it's conquering my dreams, which is climbing a mountain and inspiring others to conquer their dreams. So this is me. On the picture behind me is the Everest. If you far behind on my left hand shoulder, as it's Mount Everest, and this is me on Mera Peak, which is the tallest mountain that I climbed so far. I was born in Nepal. Nepal is a very small country between India and China. East, west, and south is border with the India, and the north is border with the Tibet, China. Um, I was born in cowshed in Nepal. 2 months is one season, and every 2 months we used to move around our cattle. So my mom gave me a birth in a cow shed where we used to sleep and put our kettles. So it was about 2,700 meters. And in the winter, we go down slightly down. The place in the winter is completely covered by snow. So this is the where is my village where I grew up and stay in a warmer season, which is still snows, but it snows less and it melts quicker. Um, and this is just close up of my home, which Eros shown earlier. And this is my family. It's not all, but we're three brothers. I'm standing next to my dad. This was in a festival, so this is the best dress I had to dress up for a festival, and I didn't have shoes on my feet. And I went to school. These children are writing with black ink or something. But simply what I did was with the coal, wood coal, paint it on the wooden plank and write with the chalkstone. We didn't have even commercial chalks, so that's how I went to school. And I was forced to marry at age of 11. One way I feel, I'm unlucky, but some of the Asian countries even they get married before they actually born or they're in mom's tummy. So in that sense, um, I feel I'm fortunate and lucky. Um, and when I was growing up, the civil war took place. We called Maoist uprising. And at that time, I was just in just the middle of the. I grew up in middle of the those uprising, and it lasted for 10 years, and more than 17,000 people were killed, and many more missing. Some are still missing now, and we don't know what they are. And I was fortunate enough to escape that and join the British Army, which is I joined in the Gorkhas. Let me tell you a little bit about Gorkhas. So Gorkhas are simply the men, uh, join in foreign countries, like say United Kingdom, India, Singapore, Brunei, um, and Nepal. So as a being Nepalese man, we can join pretty much, 4 5 different armies around the world, which is cool. But joining in the British Army is very tough. Every year, around at least around 10,000 applicants put their applicants, and around 200, depends on the what year and what is the demand. Around 200 people can able to join. So it is very tough selection. And yeah, in the year I joined in 1999. So in that year, we joined 230 out of about 12,000 applicants. So just over, I think. So yeah, so simply, British Army brings the best of the Nepalese young men um, in the United Kingdom, and serve in the Gurkhas. That's why the Gurkhas are very well known, very disciplined, and what they do, is they do. Um, I served 15 years, 1999 to 2004. I served all around the world. I was based in Brunei. That time I served in Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia, that part of the world. I served in Canada, and some other part. And finally, I served in Afghanistan. I was deployed in 2010, and 2000, April 2010. We were on foot patrol. We were just working, and we were 20 person in the squad. We were in single file, which is just one line, one line. On that day, our job was to take uh, 2 engineers to recce a well, so we can repair a well for the civilians, so they can have their water. But we just been there, so our mission was to familiarize the area on that day. And it was very hot, sunny and we just walk past some of the compounds, irrigation ditches, some poppy fields, and suddenly went bang. Then um, my life changed in the blink of eyes. I couldn't see my right leg straight away. I had a left leg, but it was dangling on a bone and skins. My right arm also injured, so I couldn't able to move. And later, my friends came, patched me up, called a heli, and evacuated me. Um, and that's why I'm here today, talking to you. And um, I wouldn't be here if the guys didn't help me out. So after that, life completely changed. I got into the wheelchair. So many things. I completely lost confidence. I felt very insecure and worthless. Um, um, a couple of times I tried to suicide myself, which didn't help. One point I turned into alcoholic. I was drinking so much to control my pain and emotions. Um, and as you can see in picture, my son, one of my son was 2.5 years old. So yeah, if I die, it's end of my story. But if um, but I'll leave my family behind, especially my young boy, and I have daughter. So and my wife, and other family, and also in our Asian communities, we have got so many people. It depends on for one person, and I had my family depended on me. And in Nepal, my brothers still they were going to college. So we have just moved down to Kathmandu. So we mm, hadn't settled down well. So yeah, everything is going through into my mind, and I found very difficult to adapt. Not that hard physically, but mentally and especially socially also I have to adapt pretty much everything. When I used to go to the gatherings and parties and say, what this guy is doing here on wheelchair, and those are the things that I used to hear. Oh, he lost his legs, poor guy, and those are the things which is some ways I really didn't like it, and simply it's because of my family. Um, I decided that one day I decided I'm gonna leave, um, whatever whatever happens. So yeah, um, I decided that way, but simply mentally it was very hard. I went through all those, um, you call it downfall, just couldn't able to cope myself, and I went to combat stress and had about 6 weeks treatment with them, and which it helped me, which is my PTSD, went worse, and that's why I need to go there. And then they helped me so much, and especially how to cope those situations, and how to improve my mental well-being, um, and also simply is my family that who actually you know brought me forward. And my little boy wasn't. He was born after my injury. So sometimes I joke him that, yeah, you wouldn't be here if I didn't survive. So yeah, and simply it's because of my family. I wanted to live. So the first thing uh, for me was I had a choice. I can complain, how the life is unfair. I lost my legs and feeling sorry for myself, or use this situation for my favor and make something better life, or do something else, and look for future. So I tried to look for future, and the first thing I did was skydiving. uh, um, I was in two things that I did. First thing was, um, even I was in army, I never had experience of skydiving. Um, so I want to experience that. Second was, half of my body is gone. So if half other half goes, that's fine. So that's how I went, and jumped down from 15,000 feet. And when I landed safely on the ground, yeah, even you don't have legs, you can do something. And I had very little confidence. And I think the confidence doesn't come straight away. It comes very little by little. Before, I couldn't able to brush my teeth myself. I couldn't be able to go to toilet myself. I couldn't have a shower myself, and couldn't able to drive myself. So one small step at a time builds the confidence up and up. And I think now that I can climb the mountains. So that's how. what I think. So, and also a couple of months ago, in last May, I skydive on Everest region, which felt amazing. We're the first, I'm the first double above knee amputee to actually skydive on Everest. And we were the first disabled team to skydive. And I did a couple of skydiving, which was awesome. And I also play golf whenever I get stressed out, or need to do some network or have some fun. I go to play golf, and I played golf with. So this picture is in Orlando in USA. I represent the GB team on Simpson Cup in New York. I think it was in 2019. Picture on the right is I tried sledge hockey, and on left I did some charity cycle ride in Texas with American friends. I tried pretty much all the sports that actually exist. So this is I was doing archery in San Diego. But later I won a gold medal in archery and a bronze medal in table tennis in Indoor Games in Oklahoma. Picture on the right, because I get all the confidence from sports and adventure. So I took some of the other disabled people in Nepal and to do rafting. Some of were blind, others some double amputees. And we had a great time to just give more confidence. And on the left, I tried curling in Canada, which was I was completely rubbish. After my injury, I kayaked quite a lot. So I kayaked in Germany and Austria. I kayaked around Isle of Wight, which we were the first amputees to kayak around Isle of Wight. I kayaked in Yukon River in Canada. I kayaked in a river Bodo in France. So I love kayaking. This is in Austria. I was trying to show some of my skills down, on upstream. Picture on the left, initial days of my recovery. I had a chance to go and do some indoor climbing. This is last month. I was in New York riding for Soldier Ride, which was for charity called Blazma in UK and Wounded Warrior Project in USA. And this is simply me skiing on the left, 2001 in Austria, and on right, I think it's 2014 in Colorado. So simply doing all those things, even you're disabled, is doing different way, maybe using different equipments, maybe adapting different things, and at the end, actually, I had exactly the same phone. I can go semi speed. I can go where the normal people go. So simply just different way of doing the things. Then I start climbing mountains. So I climbed Ben Nevis with my legs, my prosthetic legs. It took 23 hours, 20 minutes going up and down. It was completely rainy, cold. We couldn't see 10 meters, especially when I was summiting. So it was just weather was horrendous, but we did it. I climbed Mount Tukal just a few months ago in June. We summited on 23rd of June this year. Went to Morocco and summited Mount Tukal. And I also I climb with Geneva X3, that the one that I'm wearing, which is I'm the first one to climb that mountain with those legs. And I climbed Mont Blanc, uh, which is the tallest mountain in Western Europe, which is in France. I couldn't able to play video here, but there was a video. And this is spring. I also trek to Everest Base Camp with the legs that I'm holding on. These are called GNM X3s. So I was the first person ever to do that with those legs. And I also climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, which is tallest mountain in Africa, which is I did with my friend called Justin. So we were the first pair of double amputees to climb that mountain. This is in Nepal, in Chulu Far East. So I climbed, it's just over 6,000 meters, and I climbed that. And the highest mountain so far I climbed is Mera Peak, which is 6,476 meters. Again, there was a video which is I can't play here. If you would like to watch, you can go to my social medias and watch those videos that I submitted. Climbing mountain is simply a big challenge for me. First is it takes 3 times more time than normal people, and I burn 3 times more energy. And there no legs were invented and at that time. So there's one of my friend in Colorado in America. He's just welding and climbing. He was one above knee amputee. He was doing ice climbing. So he sent me some of his leg, which is on the right hand side. And I start climbing with them. Then later we design the pictures on the left, and those are the legs that I use now to climb the technical mountains, especially ice and snow. And there's another challenge again. So in December 2017, Nepal government brought the rules banning double amputees and blinds from climbing mountains. So I thought this is unfair. You can't, take away people's right, whether they can able to climb or not. You can't take away their rights, whether they are, female or amputees or disabled or different background or different religion. I think this is unfair. So with my friends, we went to Supreme Court in Nepal and overturned that rule, which is news on the right hand side. And as always, raising a fund to climb this mountain is always a challenge. This is my training. One is in Ben Nevis, on the left is Ben Nevis in Scotland, and right is Muktinath in Nepal. This is during my climb on Mera Peak. And why I climb mountains? Simply, I'm from Nepal. From a very small age, from a school, we're educated that Mount Everest is tallest mountain in the world, and it's in Nepal, and we Nepalese people are very proud of it. That's one thing what inspired me. But why actually it is, because I got the perception I had on disabled people was different before my injury, and after my injury it's completely different. And as most of South Asian countries and some of the developing countries around the world, which there is not much accessibility, and we need to make more awareness of that. So this is why I climbed mountains to make more awareness about disability, accessibility, accessibility in Nepal and around the world. And this is me just a couple of days before I was blown up. And Rifleman Suresh Gurung, who's standing next to me, um, unfortunately, he couldn't come back home. So it's just to honoring them and climbing in memory of those people, those uh, people who gave their life for the Great Britain, um, um, and fought for our freedom. And also, I got involved with lots of charities. I'm wearing Gurkha Welfare Trust. I'm one of their ambassador. I was actually the first ambassador of the Gurkha Welfare Trust. And I help. I believe that helping others is the way, some way I want to live my life. So, picture on there, I was sharing my story with combat stress, so that they can help others, because they help me, they help so many other people, and they need to help many more in the future. So it's just helping the charities. And for living, what I do is, so I have to make my living some ways, because I couldn't able to do some physical jobs. So yeah, I got into the property. I built my property portfolio. I set up a few businesses here in and back in Nepal, and that's how I make my living. That's what give allow me to chase my dreams, climbing mountain or do whatever I need to do. But also give bit more opportunity to my children as well. And this picture, I was in BBC Home Under the Hammer with the Martin. Um, I was in one of his show. And other time, as I said, I believe in giving back. So I go to the schools, university, colleges, and other businesses and speak. I go back to my regiment and speak to um, um, soldiers in regiments, or sometimes I go to the recruit, I go to speak to, recruits. So, yeah, just giving back on my way. So it's my public service or social service, whatever you call it, and that I can help other people. Um, and when you're giving something, not expecting anything, um, you get back, very surprisingly and unexpected way. And Alan Titsumars came in 2016 and, made over my garden. You can able to watch this in YouTube, if you like to watch. So, just kind of like just whole of my life, I kind of, what I believe is, and I have summarized here. So, when we forgot our roots and our heritage, we become someone that we don't want to be. So, therefore, it is very important to preserve our heritage and history. Gorkhas served in this country over 208 years. And for us, it's very important to preserve that. And no one is perfect. When I was in my teenage, I used to feel that if I was a bit tall, then I would be good. Or if I was good in English, that would be better. This so all kind of so we are no perfect, but simply what we need to do is we need to be proud who we are, where we are from, and what we do simply, and move forward and step on our on our strength, and not on our weakness. And the most important in the life is positive attitude and right mindset. what do we think and do today will define us tomorrow. So um, it depends on what we do, who we get involved. That's what we will become tomorrow. And um, the goal and dream gives us hope and purpose in life. So if you don't have a goal, you don't have a dream, then you will be lost like a crow lost in the cloud. And you know when we challenge ourselves, we we know what is our hobby, what's our passion, how far we can go, our limits, and that also create opportunity, and opportunity gives us experience, and experience gives us confidence, and that's everything simply in life. If you are confident what you want to do, what you do, then we can do anything we want it. And this is Gorkha spirit, and which is never give up and work hard when it's tough. When it gets tougher, yeah, never give up, keep going. And I lost my legs and my career and my job, but I'm doing okay. So whatever happens in our life will be okay, will be fine. So yeah, it might be hard to going through that, but we learn so much from that. I learned so much from getting injured, so I have no regret at all getting injured. I got injured. Whatever I was doing my duty, and simply, yeah, tomorrow will be fine. And simply, life is all about adaptation, and nothing is impossible. We have to adapt our life during the Corona time, and maybe it's the recessions coming, or whatever it is going through. As long as we can adapt our life, then we can survive. If we don't adapt, then we won't exist. This is simply a natural rule. So yeah, and I think anything is possible simply. And then my next challenge is Mount Everest, so which is you can see in here. And if you like to follow, just you can follow me on my social medias, and contact me through my website, or other other ways. And yeah, thank you so much for listening to my story. And if there is any questions or comments, I'm happy to take. I'll just, if not, then I will shoot off. And thank you so much for having me. All right. I got, I think there are a few questions. I will take. So, music therapy asked me, where have you traveled to, and what's the most memorable place? Honestly, I can't choose one because there are so many places. They are beautiful in their own way. Even those mountains that I climbed, they are unique in their way. Uh, in their way. So um, even when you go some of the tough places, they stays in forever and memories. So yeah, um, let's say, just giving one example, we're just climbing on Mont Blanc. We're just completely shattered, and going up, and sun shining down, and reached the sun and went down. Then once it's kind of after bit warmed up, and a cloud was rising from below us, not just in Mont Blanc, but mountains, like even other mountains. That's how they are. So it's worth of doing, climbing and working hard, those ones. And yeah, I've been so many places. Honestly, I have traveled all five continents for part of my job or holiday, or doing some climbing mountains. So yeah, I can't choose. They are beautiful on their own way. And I think so, we humans are beautiful in our own ways as well. Uh, I think I'll stop there. The next question is: you are an inspiration, Hari sir, a great role model. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is Coco 15 Corporate. Simply, I'm reliving my life, and I don't want to waste my life. Um, I want to live as much as possible I can, and I want to make meaningful as much as I can. Simply, that's what it is. Yeah, hopefully, some of my stories maybe inspire others because I get inspired. I have, some of my friends are quadruple amputees. There are some triple amputees. When I see them, if he can do it, I say, yeah, I can do it. It gives me hope and inspires me to do something. So hopefully, me, guy with no legs, maybe doing something will hopefully will inspire some people around the world. Hopefully. Next, White Rock Entertainment asked me, when you climb, do you have a training regime? Yes. Next month, I'm going to Himlung, which is just over 7,000 meters. And so uh, I've scheduled to climb Mount Himlung from 15th of September to 15th of October. So that's what is it. And in spring 2023, which is April, May, I'll be climbing Everest. So if you are interested, please, keep eyes on me. Next one, okay, music therapy again. Hi, Ari. Are you still involved with the army and its work? I'm not officially involved, but I go back to regiment and speak to them sometimes. Sometimes I go to speak who are doing junior leadership cadres. Sometimes I go to speak to personal officers and soldiers in the mess. I was invited in Brunei and went to spoke to them. I was invited to recruits in Pop Right. So yeah, I go back and I try to keep in touch because I think um, whatever I do in the future, I think I served 15 years with the Gurkhas. So that is big part of my life, and I would like to maintain that relationship, but also give back, and from hopefully lots of people, especially who are going through hard times in their lives. Possibly they may relate, and maybe get through that, whether they are in army or civilian life. So that's why I would keep continuously keep that relationship. And yeah, one day Gorkha, always Gorkha. So one day army is always army. So um, yeah, I will keep. I'll definitely keep connected rest of my life with my regimental association, brigade associations, and all those who I am related. Next one. It must have been a huge shock when you lost your legs. How did you cope? Where did you draw your strength from? Yeah, absolutely. I never thought that I would lose my both legs. I was trained, I was made up mind that I'm the Gurkha. I will fight until my last breath. That's how I trained my soldiers and went. Unfortunately, I survived because of professionalism of my colleagues, and the great the system and service has in the British Army. So I survived, and I didn't know what I was actually going to do after losing both my legs. Didn't know. climbing mountain came later, doing the business came later. I think, once I get confident, then I started doing the things, which was not in my, let's say, textbook, I would say. And once I lost my legs, I completely lost. I didn't know what I was. So this is why I was just drinking too much. Um, I thought that my life is pain. I'll live the rest of my life on a wheelchair. After my surgery, doctor said me that you have got quite good limbs and it's not that infected. So he said to me that you're gonna be able to walk. I didn't believe. I never seen the guys with the metal legs walking like myself. So if I believe that, and if I was aware more about disability, then I could pick up my life. So I simply 1.5, 2 years, I just wasted my time just trying to figure it out what I'm going to do. So I could pick up my life much more quicker, and maybe I could make my time that time much more valuable. Um, so simply, yeah, whatever is, as I said before, whatever happens, as long as our mind working, as long as we can make decision ourselves, then we will be fine. And even people who can make decisions for themselves, we're living in a great country, in the United Kingdom, that most of the people will live with a dignity and respect. But many countries around the world who don't have that, and this is why I climb the mountains. Climbing mountain is not easy for me. Every step is hard. Even walking around here is not easy for me. But you know, um, little bit of my time, little bit of my effort, hopefully it slowly changes in a few people's life. So that's why simply I'm climbing a mountain. So yeah, whatever happens in a life, it just moves on. Time doesn't stop, isn't it? Time keeps going. So we can't stop. So if as long as we keep going, keep adapting our life according to the time situation, we adapt. We're very very adaptable human beings. you know let's say when you go outside, if it rains, we put a raincoat on or umbrella on. If it's cold, we put a jacket on. It's just simply adapting a life, right? Like say Charles Darwin given an example of the frog, that when fast flood comes, it jump out of in the rock and saves his life. And when it's sunny, it jumps into the water to save his life. So simply, as long as we can adapt our life, we can we can be successful. We can do whatever we like. We can be happy. Being happy is not being a name, fame, being money. Is state of mind. As long as we have got a state of mind that we be proud of who we are. This is why heritage is so important. Before, I came from very remote village. I was married at the age of 11. I used to lie those things before, but after my injury, what actually really taught me was who actually I am. And this is why it's Hari Budha Magar. If I'm trying to be someone else, let's say if I'm trying to be a typical English people, I can't be. I can't, if you are trying to be someone, then simply I couldn't be. So I need to be myself. It's me, because when God, I don't know whether you believe in God or not, but when we are created, we created different. Each, even we are three brothers, and we are all different. I have three children. They are all different on their way, and we need to own our identity, and we need to live as who we are. And also it was hard for me to accept that I'm the double amputee, and I was shy for going out, interacting with other people. But I let it go. Everything I accepted myself. This is who me is Hari Buddha Magar with no legs, who came from a very poor background, get married at age of 11, and live in the UK and do whatever I'm doing right now. If I don't accept that, then I will never be happy. Even I've tried to pretend it, inside myself, I'm lying myself. So it is very, very important. Yeah, I'm Gurkhali, I'm Nepali, so this is me, Hari Budha Magar. So I think that's the way. As long as we accept ourselves who we are, then we'll be happy. Making lots of money doesn't feel happy. Making a name and fame doesn't makes us happy. It's about what we do, what do we think, and it's our state of mind that what it just makes us happy. So, sorry, I think I drilled down quite long. Let's go through. Is there's any questions? And also, yeah, it was huge shock for me. Absolutely, there is no doubt at all. Prasanji asked, "You are a legend. What makes you going after going through so much?" I'm not a legend. I'm the Hari Budha Magar. I'm just a simple guy. I'm just trying to live my life simply. That's not Prasantaji. And yeah, what it actually what keep me going is something that I would like to pass down to the next generations, that hopefully they will something look something positive, and maybe get inspired. Maybe some would follow my footsteps. Some would see some a positive role model. So instead of blaming myself, I lost my legs, and one thing is, I was grown up in the culture that getting disabled is seen of our previous life, and you know you can say kind of, you can make it mind and do it, and just feeling sorry for yourself, and let down yourself. But for me, I would like to do something. Hopefully that will help me as well to be happy, but also that will help others as well to maybe uh, yeah, if you can do it, yeah, I think I can able to do it. Those are the things. So thank you so much for your question. uh, Again, music therapy says, "You're a legend, man. I can't believe you had to relearn everything from scratch." That's how life is, and simply lots of time, there is nothing easy way, so we learn hard way. So thanks so much for your nice kind words and comments, and which is really helps me to do much more and work hard. uh, and another one is, there's two more questions. So Suf Anderson said, "Good on you for overturning the stupid roommate." Yeah, they're they have done, I think, couple of doctorates. They're maybe academically educated, but many countries around the world, we need to make them aware. We need to educate them about disability as well. So when you think about disability population, we're about 7 billion population all over the world, and about WHO estimates that about 10 to 15% of people has some kind of disability, which is huge, around 1 billion of the disability. So we can't take it as a previous sin. We can't ignore and put them like some of the countries and in some of societies, they try to hide the disabilities, but hiding, we can't solve the problem. We need to take that one out, discuss, and find a solution. That's, I think, we need to do. And also, even in Nepal, so let's say Nepal have about um, uh, 30 million of population. So even taking, let's say, about 10% of that is, in Nepali, is 30 lakh, so 300,000 people. Even half of them we can able to make them work, pay their taxes, and development of the Nepal would be much better. And same thing around the world. So yeah, we need to do what we need to do, mate. And thanks so much for your comment. So yeah, South Asian Heritage Month. Thanks so much for inviting us to share my story. So what's next? The coming future for Hari Budha Magar. So yeah, there is two things I have already said. One thing is in September, October, I'm climbing Mount Himlung, and April, May next year, 2023, I'll be climbing Mount Everest. And if there is any way you can help support me, it would be really appreciated for that. So that's all. I really appreciated your beautiful comments and questions. And yeah, I really enjoyed here. And I would like to say all South Asian friends, families, happy South Asian Heritage Month. And hope to see you sometimes physically. And I would love to hear and also learn about your culture and your heritage. Sometimes we're just in one bubble. We just know our culture and heritage, but we don't know others' culture and heritage. So I would love to learn more about your culture and heritage, and hopefully would able to meet physically sometimes in the future. So thank you so much, and you have a great Saturday, great weekend, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye. Namaste.
What kind of man survives no man's land?
Whoever he is, he must be brave or lucky. God help.
You have given me hope. I can stay here and make my own way. Your friends need you more. You go on, lad. You save them.
कुन संजोगले हामी आइपुगेको छौँ हाम्रो रगत हाम्रो मर्म हाम्रो भय उस्तै छ
Soldiers! Take your positions and get ready!
Michael, es ist Krieg! Du musst härter
Herr Feldwebel, wie macht es mich hart, einen Mann zu töten, der sein eigenes Leben riskiert, um andere zu retten?
Kulbir!